Hello. This video is going to talk about the mission dialogue. The mission dialogue is the conversation you have with every prospect, and it's the start of every gift. It has to be. It's the reason for all philanthropy. And you have this dialogue, this conversation, even if you are going back to a prospect that you've seen before and they've already stated their buy-in to the mission. You reacquaint them with it because it's that important. Without it, there's never a gift. So every gift starts here. The goal of the mission dialogue, then, is to have the prospective donor state the mission of the organization as they see it in their own mind and state that to you in response to an open-ended question that you have made. It's not the mission as you see it or as your organization may post it on the website. It's what's in the head of the prospect that counts. So that's where you start, in their own words. And then we add another step. That step is to pull out the emotion that goes with that statement that the prospect says. And when you do that, revelation of that emotion will cement the mission statement that the prospective donor made. It will cement it in their minds. Then you can start to build your gift. First, I'm Ken. This is the YouTube channel, Empowerment Dialogue for Fundraisers, a channel dedicated to empowering fundraisers to empower others to live out their philanthropy. It's a forum for everything to do with fundraising. I welcome your comments and your challenges, your questions. Anything's on the table here that will help us get better at our jobs. There's a subscribe button. Click it if you like. I have a number of subscribers now, and they're notified on the next video, and the videos will be coming on a regular basis, week after week after week. Today, we're going to feature role plays and how we use role plays in the training, in this case, for the mission dialogue. The training courses are full of role plays, certainly role plays for all of the 8 pivotal dialogues. The training includes the actual language to use, to the kind of open-ended questions to ask a prospective donor to move them through the philanthropic decision cycle so they come to the conclusion that they want to make the gift. Role plays are then done for every dialogue, every special technique, and there's a number that we cover in the training courses, and also for every behavioral skill that the elite fundraiser should develop. And I've covered a few in other videos, things like attentiveness, how to be totally present, and also the use of silence, a very powerful tool. Role plays that demonstrate quite often the right way and the wrong way to do all of these things. And we use role plays because they're a powerful tool to bring the theory to life. And it helps, we find, it helps fundraisers put to use this new way of doing fundraising, put it to use immediately with great success. We're going to do an excerpt from training course number 2 on the mission dialogue. As you listen to it, listen for the open-ended questions that the fundraiser uses with the prospect to pull out her statement of the mission as she sees it, and also the accompanying emotion. And once she hears that, she will always remember her statement. That's what that process does. Let's listen in to a mission dialogue conversation. Let's practice some mission dialogue scenarios. All role plays, by the way, are spontaneous and not rehearsed. The prospect in each case is played by Janice Meehan. Janice is an accomplished fundraiser, and she is the co-founder of Empowerment Dialogue. But she plays these roles very well, and she is not that cooperative, by the way. So hear us going back and forth, and know that I am doing this spontaneously and working with Janice if she were really the prospect described. The first prospect is Mrs. McIver, a hard of hearing, little grumpy, but a loyal donor to the Hospital Foundation for over 25 years. She is wary of fundraisers, however. My job is to get her to state the mission of the hospital as she sees it in her own words. Let's see how I do. Hello, Mrs. McIver.
Hello, Ken.
So good to talk to you and actually see you on this video call. So thank you very much for your time today. I just wanted to...
You can call me Mary.
Okay, Mary, thank you. Call me Ken, as you already have. That's great.
Okay.
Of course, I work with the Hospital Foundation, and I'm just calling...
What was that? I know that you're at the hospital.
Yes, I'm at the foundation.
Right.
We're just calling and touching base with some of our old loyal donors, and you are one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks again for a bit of time. I won't take too much of your time. I really have only one significant question. And that question is simply, why do you care so much about the hospital?
Well, that's not a simple question.
Tell me about that.
Well, it's been a long time, Ken, with the hospital, you know, and why are you asking me this?
I just want to know why people care. Right.
Oh.
I just want to know why they care about the hospital in this community. And you, by the way, have been a loyal supporter for 25 years. And which is...
I started out actually volunteering.
Yes.
And I don't know if you've got that on my record.
We do.
I started out. So what was your question again?
It's why do you care so much over the years, consistently?
Well, I mean, we've used the hospital all the time, right? My husband was there, you know, he's passed now. I think that should be on my record.
It is.
We always gave together, but we were served, really well served. And you know, it's important. It's the only hospital in town.
Yeah, but you go a little bit beyond, if I may. You are an extra loyal donor. So I'm just quizzical of why it means so much. There's lots of people in this town who are also served by the hospital, but they don't support it the way you do and have over the years. So just if you could...
So you think people don't support the hospital?
No, lots don't. But you do. And so that's why I'm phoning today. What makes your feelings about the hospital special?
Well, they've been there for everything. I mean, when George was sick, and you know, and even when we weren't, when my grandson fell down and broke his arm, you know, off those dreaded monkey bars. And that was really, that was anxious because his parents weren't around. So anyway, but the hospital was there, you know, and they do such a good job, those doctors and nurses. And think of the situation that we're in today, you know, and they are there for me, but they're there for the community. They're there for everybody in this place, in the town. So,
right,
you know, where would we be without it? You know, I don't know. We would have to go, you know, miles to the next one. So
Thank you for that, Mrs. McIver. Sorry, Mary.
Okay, Ken.
So I'll ask you just another one little question. When you think about the hospital and what it's meant to you and your family over the years, what emotion comes to mind? What do you feel?
You're talking about emotions. Wow. Um, well, Ken, all I can say is that I've been very grateful for the hospital, for the staff, for the doctors, those nurses. I mean, even the orderlies that take me, wheel me down for some of my tests, and all the care that they gave George. And they've just I've been very grateful that they've been there, that we have them in the community, and it's been a real blessing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. That's a very creative way to describe it. You're grateful for that consistent level of care, and they're always there for you. So
Yes, and for everyone in the community. And
totally.
people don't sometimes appreciate that, but it's been very important to me and my family.
Great. Well, thank you for your time today, Mary, and I'll see you soon or talk to you soon, I hope. Okay.
Okay, Ken.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. I got to
Bye.
figure out how to hang up now.
First of all, Mrs. McIver, I was calling on behalf of the Hospital Foundation, and she was a little wary of fundraisers, not overly cooperative. It took me quite a while to get the feelings of why she cared about the hospital. Quite often with the mission dialogue, we'll get something perfunctory very easily. Oh yeah, it's important. But I'm always looking for something real and tangible. So I had her tell a little bit more, and I dug a little deeper to the point where she started to talk about her family and what it had meant to her family. And the fact that it was there, and I was listening for key phrases. We got it. It's the only hospital in our community. We have to have it. And then I asked her for the deepening feeling. Why? What's that do to you? So she felt that it was vital for the community. I sort of fed that back to her. In the end, I felt that I had to work at it. Janice is never that cooperative with these. That's real life. People aren't going to necessarily be cooperative. I always listen carefully for key words and then dig a little deeper, building on that revelation on the donor's part. Eventually, I got what I wanted, which was a deeply felt statement of why this hospital was so important to Mrs. McIver in this community and to her family. You remember the broken arm of the grandchild. Somewhere there's an emotional connection with a cause. And that's what I always explore to try to secure. There was the example of a training course role play, in this case for the very powerful mission dialogue. And you heard the debrief at the end where I explained how that conversation went, what I was trying to do as a fundraiser, not terribly cooperative prospect, on the right foundation to lead towards a gift. I would then go probably to the case for support dialogue, which is the next step in the philanthropic decision cycle. These courses are part of the Empowerment Dialogue Academy series of courses that give a comprehensive training to make any fundraiser an elite one-to-one fundraiser in securing major and planned gifts. If it's totally complete, if someone goes through all the courses and passes all the tests, and the tests are challenging, you become Empowerment Dialogue certified. And here is the certificate. That's the highest award in our industry that displays extreme competence in this most challenging area of fundraising, one-to-one solicitation. Thank you for watching. I hope, as always, that this short video is helpful for you in furthering your career. Again, I welcome your comments, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. And as always, good fundraising.